Welcome to Canaveral National Seashore. Here we have the longest stretch of undeveloped seashore on the east coast of Florida, 24 miles, and we were established in 1975. We've been protecting sea turtle nests ever since then, and our numbers of nests have grown exponentially over the years. Today we hope to take you through the process of one of our turtle walks that we do normally in the summertime, but virtually. Here is the Apollo Beach Visitor Center. We'll enter here and talk about turtles for a little bit, and then we'll venture out to the beach to view a nesting turtle. Okay, then. We're here in the Visitor Center, and behind me I have 4 turtle shells. On the ground I have a turtle skull and a painting on the wall of Mosquito Lagoon. Also over to your left is a collage of beach trash. So on certain days, after hurricanes, for instance, or a northeast storm, you could go out on the beach and find numerous small pieces of trash such as bottle caps, strings, shovels, beach toys. So that's over here on your left. And we'll just talk about what we have here, what we normally do if the visitor center were open. We would come in here around 7 p.m. for Turtle Watch, and it would start promptly at 8 p.m. And we would talk about our museum artifacts behind me. We would also show a video of turtle nesting, maybe a slideshow of different photos. So this first one I have to show is a large skull of a loggerhead, and this is where they get their namesake. We have a loggerhead sea turtle skull, and it's the largest of all the sea turtle skulls compared to their bodies. We have on the inside of the skull, maybe you want to guess where the brain is. So this is always a trick question that we throw out there during Turtle Watch. And so a lot of people will say the brain is in these 2 large lobe areas. And the trick question is that the brain is actually in this smaller middle area where you could fit your thumb in there. So I have the back of the skull showing here. And these large areas where you would think the like lobes of a brain would go are glandular areas where the sea turtles filter salt water. So they can drink salt water and filter it out, and some of the salt comes out of their tear ducts. So there's the loggerhead skull. And the shell we have is the largest shell in the room. It's about 3 feet long. Maybe 3 feet long. I'm about 5 feet tall, and this hat makes me look taller. So this shell is humongous and it's heavy. So it's very heavy, and I don't want to mess with it too much because it's old. And so I will put it back. These guys get up to 350 pounds or around about there. And it's our most common sea turtle. The loggerhead is the sea turtle we have a permit to go see for turtle watches. So when we have our scouts go out at night and look for a turtle, this one is the one they're looking for, the loggerhead. Next to it we have green sea turtle. And this one actually gets bigger than the loggerhead. The green sea turtle namesake is from their body fat. So as you can see, the top of their shell isn't necessarily green. So what they eat is what they look like on the inside. So they eat seagrass, so their body fat is green. And they were notoriously hunted for their meat. And that's why they are so endangered now. This top part of the shell, this is a good example, is the carapace. And then the bottom, this is heavy too, is the plastron. So this bottom part is the plastron. These guys get up to 500 pounds. You can imagine if its shell was larger than this loggerhead shell, it would definitely weigh that much. So these greens do get larger than a loggerhead. Next to this one we have Kemp's Ridley. The Kemp's Ridley also nests here. So we have loggerhead, green, and Kemp's Ridley so far. So this one nests on our beach, not every year, but somehow this year we have 5 nests from the Kemp's Ridley. So these guys are critically endangered. They're the smallest sea turtle, of all the sea turtles in the world, of the 7 different species. And you can see the bottom inside, the bony skeleton, there's a rib cage, and then there's the backbone. This shell came from Padre Island, and there is evidence of coyotes predating this shell. And I'm guessing it's these marked holes here where you could see the light coming through. So this is our Kemp's Ridley. And we usually don't get any Kemp's Ridley nests. It's been quite a few years since we've had any, and now we have 5. The hawksbill is on our endangered species list as well in the park and throughout the state of Florida, but they don't nest here. It's not impossible. Maybe one day we'll get a nest. We just don't have one now. They usually nest further down towards the Caribbean and in South Florida. Their scoots are interesting. The scoot is a segment on the shell, and theirs overlap like bird feathers. And so they're really interesting. This is one of their reasons why they were overhunted, was for their shell to make jewelry. And this was probably confiscated. These are all museum artifacts. It's illegal to take these home to buy, sell, or trade. And part of that is the Endangered Species Act that makes that impossible. And also the Convention on the International Trade of Endangered Species, CITES. So that is an international organization that monitors the illegal sales of endangered species, and these are on the list as well. All these sea turtles are. And so we have another turtle that's not showing here, the leatherback.
Here we have a picture of a leatherback sea turtle nesting on the beaches of Canaveral National Seashore. The leatherback sea turtle is named for this leathery skin that covers its back instead of a hard shell. It can grow up to 8 feet long and weighs up to 2,000 pounds. It is the largest species of sea turtle and one of the largest reptiles in the world. It has unique features that allow it to survive in colder temperatures and to dive up to 4,000 feet below the surface of the water in search of its favorite food, the jellyfish. A single leatherback can eat its weight in jellyfish every day. We currently have almost 30 nests of leatherbacks so far. Next, we will talk about the sea turtle nesting process by watching a loggerhead sea turtle nesting on our beach from some years back under a marine turtle permit. Yellow and white stakes mark the sea turtle nests. This loggerhead sea turtle drops 100 to 120 eggs into her nest. Between eggs, she experiences a contraction when she raises her flippers. She has now finished laying her eggs and has commenced camouflaging the nest by covering it with sand. This helps hide it from predators. She uses her front and back flippers alternately. In 60 days, the hatchlings will emerge. She heads right back out into the ocean afterwards. So what can we do to protect marine sea turtle habitats? We can reduce marine debris that may entangle or be accidentally eaten by sea turtles. We can participate in coastal cleanups and reduce plastic use to keep our beaches and oceans clean. Trash in the ocean can harm sea turtles and other creatures that live there. We can carry reusable water bottles and shopping bags. Refrain from releasing balloons. They'll likely end up in the ocean, where the sea turtles can mistake them for prey and consume them. Keep nesting beaches dark and safe for sea turtles. Turn off, shield, or redirect lights visible from the beach. Lights disorient hatchlings, turtles, and discourage nesting females from coming onto the beach to lay their eggs. Thanks for watching and have a great day.